Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the new features related to leaders in TPC Desktop 2017. I've got just a small sample survey opened here, and I want to zoom in on the west side of this lot. And we're going to see that Traverse PC is using leaders for a couple of these labels over here. For the curve label that's stacked up here, and for this line label that's stacked up here. And we've had the option for a lot of years in Traverse PC to come into the Traverse drawing settings and turn these leaders on or off. Here we've got them turned on for that tangent label that's stacked, and here we've got them turned on for that curve label that's stacked. The new feature in Traverse PC 2017 allows us to right-click the drawing and go to Drawing Settings, or we could go to Tools and Drawing Settings. And here in the Leaders tab, we've got some control now over how Traverse PC draws these leaders. They're grouped into three groups. At the top, we have options that affect all leaders, whether you added this leader manually yourself or it comes from the Traverse drawing settings. We've got a section that modifies or additionally modifies the Traverse leaders only, and then one that applies just to the drawn leaders. We do this because you can control the color of the leaders you draw yourself, but the leaders that the Traverse draws are controlled by the Traverse drawing settings, and it has its own colors. So that's why those are separated out there. But I want you to see that these leaders are drawn with a dashed line and no arrow at the end. So in previous versions, there really wasn't a way to go in and change that. Now I can simply say, hey, this is the way I want to draw these. I want to use a solid line. I want to use an arrowhead. And I want to change the size of that. And I can go ahead then and apply that, and all those leaders will look the same. And these apply to the leaders I draw myself, of course, and then the ones that the Traverse draws for the Traverse line labels. So I get kind of a nice global look to all the leaders. Now, in addition, a number of you have asked for the ability to control whether the arrow on the leader goes to the center of the line or the edge of the line. And this affects point symbols as well, but I want to show you in this sample kind of how this works. I'm going to zoom in just a little tighter on one of these labels and the leader that gets drawn to the line, so you can kind of see how this works. And let's go back to those drawing settings now. So I can tell Traverse PC that I want to draw all of these leaders to the center of the line or the edge of the line. And let's tell Traverse PC that I want to go to the edge of this line. So Traverse PC is going to create the end leader at the edge of the line plus whatever gap I specified. And I guess I can just leave this open and hit the apply here. So let's set that gap to 0 and apply it. So you can see I'm zoomed in here pretty tight, but Traverse PC is going to the edge of that line with no gap. If I want to go to the center of the line with no gap, Traverse PC will draw to the center of that line. Okay, I think you're going to like this edge with just a real small little gap in there. Now the reason I like that edge and the gap is that what if I go into the Traverse settings and I tell Traverse PC that I want these lines to be thicker. So I'm going to tell it instead of 2/100 of an inch, I want 3/100 of an inch. When I choose OK, that leader modified itself automatically so that it maintained that specified gap from the edge of the line. And this is the kind of thing that a lot of you have been asking for, that instead of going in and manually drawing those leaders and having to update them when you change line thicknesses or whatever, could Traverse PC do that automatically? And it has. And I think you're gonna like that flexibility. Some of you are going to want to just keep, these things a little more simple. Do something like that, or turn off the leaders altogether. Maintains that gap and that distance and that specification to the center or the edge. You'll have to just kind of play around with these and see what you like doing for the most part, and you'll kind of find something that works for you and that you like. And then, of course, these get saved in the drawing templates. So once you set up the leaders the way you want, you can simply overwrite your existing drawing templates or create a new drawing template, and Traverse PC will make sure it draws the leaders the same way in all your drawings all the time.